Jennifer went through it.
Welcome to the September 2nd meeting of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. I am President Catherine Staub. We are delighted to have you here with us today at the Embassy Club. And for those of you watching on video later, we are delighted to have you join us via video. I noticed I'm wearing my mask when I'm not eating or drinking or speaking into the microphone, although I do teach even a huge lecture class with the mask on, so it is possible. But anyway, I am wearing a mask when I'm not eating or drinking or at the podium. The Roulon Center Property Management is strongly encouraging mask wearing, especially when entering and exiting the building and riding the elevator. And we do have members of our club who are more comfortable when they are wearing masks as well. So with that, I would like to welcome Randy Worth to give us a moment of inspiration, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, the four-way test, and waving at our fellow Rotarians. Randy.
Thank you, President Catherine. Our recent move to our new digs here has me thinking about change in general. And kudos to our leadership for landing us here. And for those of you at home or elsewhere, the food's great. So how do you feel, about change? It happens all the time, all around us, but if it doesn't affect us, we don't really think about it too much, but it's going on all the time. But I find my attitude towards it changes as I head headlong into old fartdom. While working, change was an everyday thing, didn't think anything of it, and I kind of thought about the words of Joseph Schumpeter. He was an Australian economist who said profit is the payment you get when you take advantage of change. So now consider these thoughts to change. JFK said change is the law of life. Look only to the past or present and you will miss the future. Winston Churchill said to improve is to change and to be perfect is to change often. And the American author Wayne Dyer, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. So no matter how our views on change may evolve, consider this quote from an author unknown, and it's kind of my favorite. Change doesn't guarantee improvement, but improvement never comes without it. And now, pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the four-way test.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Meet and greet.
Meet and greet. Hey! There you go, Randy.
I didn't unplug anything?
No, so far we're good. Thanks.
Thank you, Randy. If you haven't yet noticed the t-shirt flyer at your table today, please take note of that now. The Rotary Club of Des Moines is going to provide a t-shirt for each one of our members to wear with pride when we're doing community service events or just when you're out on the weekend or weekday or whatever your schedule allows. The shirts promote both our club, but also the 7 areas of focus of Rotary International, which align with all the good works that our club does. So please fill out the card on the back. It asks you for the size of t-shirt you would like. We are providing these at no cost to you, but if you'd like to help the club offset the cost of your t-shirt, there's a box to check for that as well. And then make sure that you add your name at the bottom so we know what t-shirt goes to what person, please.
Question.
Yes,
May I
Jim.
buy 6 more for the rest of the week?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You may purchase as many shirts as you want. So we are providing one per member.
This is just for Thursday, right?
But if you would like to wear a shirt Monday through Sunday, you can purchase an extra 6 shirts. Absolutely. I would love that, Jim. And I want like photo documentation that you post to social media every day of you in your shirt.
So are we doing this throughout the district?
This is a Rotary Club of Des Moines
I
initiative.
saw that, but the lady who...
Well, you'll have to direct that question to our next speaker. Well, not our next one, because our next speaker is Sean. But after that, you can direct that question to our district governor when she's finished.
Selling.
I am certain that she can. Yes. All right. So by now, I am certain that you are well aware that we have these T-shirt flyers. So thank you, Jim. We didn't even plan that, but now you know. So fill this out and give yours to Kitty or Jordan. We also have, if you are not here in person today, if you're joining us via video land, that doesn't mean you have to miss out. You can get this same information to Kitty, so you too can have your Rotary Club of Des Moines t-shirt. So with all of that, now I invite past president and District 6000 board member Sean Mullen to introduce our keynote speaker for the day.
Thank you, President Catherine. Fellow Rotarians and friends, your Rotary experience is what you make of it. Put in much, get out lots. Put in a little, well, you know what you'll get with that. There are any number of opportunities to get involved with Rotary beyond just our Rotary Club of Des Moines. I'm proof of that, as I'm completing my second year of a 3-year sentence term on the, thanks for laughing. I wasn't sure that was gonna work, but I did put it in here. Serving as a member at large on the Rotary District 6000 Board of Directors. It's important to realize that we have other Rotarians in this club who are active and have been active in our district. Most notably, past District Governor Jim Vickery. We thank him for his past service, and former Assistant District Governor John Tone has served us as well. In addition, Mark Daines serves on the Public Image Action Committee. Todd Wheeler serves on the Rotary Leadership Institute and Community Service Grants Action Team. Corey Kelly serves on the Social Media, Tech, and Website Action Team. John Lewis serves on the Friendship Exchange Committee. Steve Moraine is on the Rotary Foundation Annual Fund and Endowment Fund Subcommittee. Mark Snell is on our Scholarship Subcommittee, and John Tone continues to serve on the Vocational Training Team Subcommittee. And our very own Claudia Schabel is chair of our district's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Action Team. So if you have the opportunity, please thank these fellow Rotarians for their commitment to service above self at the district level. Friends, our district governor came to the United States from India and has a diverse educational background, which began in her home country of India. She pursued studies in marketing in England and has done graduate and postgraduate study in communications here in the U.S. Her volunteer service in her community includes serving 2 terms on the Keokuk School Board. In 2008, she was invited to membership in the Rotary Club of Keokuk. She has held several positions in the club and district levels, including club president and assistant governor. She participated in a national polio immunization day in India and a friendship exchange to South Africa. She has attended 7 Rotary International Conventions, attended a West Africa Project Fair, and has been a member of the Acotepec Friendship Exchange, Peace and Conflict Resolution, Membership, and Rotaract subcommittees. Her husband, Dr. Kiran Kanmakar, is the Emergency Medical Director at Blessing Health in Keokuk. They are proud parents of 3 beautiful daughters, Miradul, who is a data and analytics manager, Serena, who is a lawyer, Ann Pyra, who is a filmmaker and graduate of the Tisch School of Filmmaking at NYU in New York. Fellow Rotarians, would you please stand as you're able and join our welcoming our Rotary District Governor, Alka Tanokar.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Sean, for that beautiful introduction, but I don't know whether I'm deserving of all the accolades, but thank you so much. It's a true honor and a privilege to be amongst all of you fellow Rotarians and distinguished members of our Rotary family. It's just wonderful to belong to our Rotary District 6000 as well, with the past, present, and future leadership that we have, who give that support to all our incoming leaders and are always there when we need to reach out to them for any advice or support. Thank you again for having me here today. And today I'd also like to share, I just heard a thing about change management as well, and if I may add to Randy's thing, they say that the person who on a day-to-day basis embraces change is more prone to accepting change when it comes during challenging times like we are experiencing. But once again, through this challenging times, we are still not completely out of our pandemic, but when they say that when the going is tough, the tough get going. And I think Rotary is a right example, has proved to us through many, many years that we can overcome any hurdle that is posed before us. Having said that, I would like to come back to our presentation for today. When you belong to a local Rotary club, we are actually belonging to a world of Rotary. What I mean by that is, even when you are traveling to a different country and you look up a Rotary club, you're automatically given a warm welcome, and you feel a part of being a part of the Rotary family. And many of you might have experienced that. And even here, I've been given such a warm welcome, and I thank you all for that. But even in the United States, or even wherever you are traveling, you look up a Rotary club, you just immediately feel very much at home. And Rotary, as we know, has its grassroots in every part of the country, of the world, and making a difference, of doing good, and making our world a better place for humanity. Sorry. I know all of us are familiar with the 6 areas of focus, but this year there's been a new area of focus that has been included. And if I like this to be a little more interactive, so if anyone could share with me what is the new area of focus, would anyone like to share that with us? It is the environment. Absolutely right. Mother Nature has made us very conscious of the fact. We've learned a lot of lessons during this last 2 years especially, and the current times that we are experiencing, what's happening in Louisiana, Haiti, and of course we'll take a moment to keep all our soldiers and our Marine and also the families who have lost their loved ones in our thoughts and prayers. But coming back to our 7th area of focus, let's do everything we can to protect our environment, because it's not only for our generation that we want to do that, but for our future generations, and as every future counts. Whether it's planting trees, whether it's taking out removal of plastics, or taking out the toxic waste from our river systems. There are lots of things that are happening due to climate change. So let's do some projects in this area of focus, that is the environment, and keep and protect our environment. Next year, our Rotary District conference is going to be celebrated on Earth Day, which is April 22nd. So we will be doing a district-wide initiative as well. So please join us on that day also, so in a Rotary Day of Service. This year, our Rotary International President hails from India, and his name is Mr. Shekhar Mehta. He's joined by his wife, Mrs. Rashi Mehta. And if you read their bio, it's just, you are so inspired by their deep commitment and dedication to giving back to the communities, local and global. And he's just such a motivational speaker. We heard him at our International Assembly. I had invited him to speak at our district as well, and he spoke at the Ames Rotary Club. Because of the time zones, we were able to have that there, but the invitation was open to the whole district. And you could hear him, I mean, he has completely dedicated his life to service. Currently, he has just arrived at Evanston and is, I think, flown down to Nigeria. So he's on his way to his travels. His mantra is, service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy on this earth. It's very simplistic when you read it, but it has a deep impact. All of us as Rotarians, I do feel that service is a part of our DNA. We give back service, sometimes to ourselves, but when we give back to others, it's something that is very intrinsically rewarding. We don't expect anything in return for ourselves, but it's truly, truly very, very intrinsically rewarding when we do and make a difference in our local communities and the global world. The need is so apparent this year, especially during the pandemic, that I don't think there will be any hesitation to get new members who want to dive in and who are passionate about doing and making a difference. They would love to be a part of your club and an organization like Rotary. The Charity Navigator for the last 16 years has shown that we have got this 5-star rating. Whatever we are giving and the financial stewardship that we have through the foundation, I mean, doing good and making a difference. So please give generously. I know your club is such a role model for being a vibrant club, engaging club, and everything. I don't have to say much here on this side, but I've learned so much during our board meeting before I'm speaking here to you, that I'm so thankful and grateful to you all for doing all that you are doing in your club. This year's theme is Serve to Change Lives. Once again, when you read it, it's just simple, but it has a deep impact. If any of you would like to share what it means to you, serve to change lives, I would love to hear from anyone. Would anyone like to share what these words would mean? Anyone? Yes.
I think it's just showing gratitude to people that serve our communities in medical fields and officers and firemen and obviously the military. Because an act of kindness, you don't know what they said or what they're going through in life.
Yes.
So showing gratitude.
Showing gratitude, absolutely. And when you look at the logo, and I've kept some pins for all of you at the table. When you look at the pins,
the symbolic meaning is the hand represents service, the round ball represents the globe, and the different colors represents the diversity of people from around the world. So all this is the symbolic meaning of this logo. And we have two hands. One
they say do the service for yourselves, and the other is to do it for others and give back to others. The video, unfortunately, doesn't, it's not compatible here. But coming back to the goals, and I know you have a number of goals in the place, but RI has placed its goals on 4 strategic pillars, in the sense that is impact, expanding our reach, engagement, adaptability, and flexibility, and want us to put forth our action plans by using these as our foundation or our base. So impact, when we talk about impact, what comes to mind is Rotary International's primary focus of eradicating a disease from our planet. And what could that be? Would anyone like to share? And that disease that we are all been trying to eradicate from our planet is polio. Yes, from 320,000 cases, we are left to about 100 plus cases that are left in 2 endemic countries, that is Pakistan and Afghanistan. And with the crossover at the borders, it has been a little bit of a challenge to eradicate the last few cases left. But we are this close of eradicating polio, and let's not stop our efforts now, because it takes 60 cents, just 60 cents to save a child's life. When you participate in a National Immunization Day in any country of the world and see firsthand what those 2 drops, when you put those 2 drops, polio drops, into the child's mouth, it actually, you cannot even express it in words. It is so life-changing, and anything we can do for saving that child. Sorry, I can't get my first. And sorry, I'll give you an example. We were in New Delhi, and we were taken to the slum areas, and there was this lady who came up to us, and she said, please come and save my nephew, make him better. And of course, we could not leave our group and go because we were told not to do so. But we did go with our local leader. And when we approached that, it was a little like a courtyard. And this boy was sitting on a choir bed. And he was about 10 years old. And he had this blank look on his face. And he was completely paralyzed. And they told us that his father had passed away a week ago. And his mother was in mourning, and he was the only breadwinner in the family. And they wanted us to help him get better and on his feet. Of course, we were there for a very short while, but we appealed to the local Rotary Club there to please do everything they could to make this child taken to the hospital and give the treatment that they could do to make him better. So that is the kind of situation. There are many stories like that, but there is a need there. So let's not stop our efforts here as well, because it's a plane ride away. It can resurface in any part of the world, and we don't want that to happen. So let's continue to double our efforts in eradicating polio. Let's not stop now. And so I know we can relate to cancer, we can relate to COVID, but Rotary International's focus also primarily is on eradicating polio, and let's continue that. Expanding our reach, of course, as I'm visiting many clubs, one of the primary areas of focus is increasing membership. And increasing membership is Mr. Shekhar Mehta's one of his initiatives of each one bring one, because he feels that 1.2 million has, we have not increased membership for so many years. So he wants to increase it to 1.3 million by the end of this year. And he says that if each one brings one member into Rotary, someone gave the gift of Rotary to us, why not let us carry it forward and give it to somebody else? So it's not only the responsibility of the membership chairs to bring in new members. So let's take that upon us, that each one bring one, and let us welcome them into our club. Let us, when we bring in a new member, let's value that member, let's welcome that member, let's love that member, and make him feel he is a part of our Rotary family, of our club. Give him the opportunity to lead a project, see what their passion is, and then I'm sure membership will increase. With membership increase, when we increase our membership, it's a bigger platform of a pool of volunteers. And a bigger pool of volunteers means more exchange of new ideas, and also members that reflect your community. You have a larger group of members that are reflective of your community. So it's wonderful when you have such a pool of members, and then you have a larger giving to the foundation. When you give to the foundation, you indirectly, our district has control of the monies that you are giving. After 3 years, it comes back to our district, whatever you're giving to the foundation. If you give $100, $22.50 comes back in the form of giving to our local communities and through our grants, and $72.50 goes towards our global grants. So indirectly, all the monies that we are giving comes back to us. So public image, membership, and foundation, we do not see them as separate silos, but we see them working, operating together so that we can grow Rotary that route. Branding, I know you've done a lot in those with the billboards, and I'm going to have a tour, and thank you. I think John is going with John. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to see all the wonderful projects, some of the wonderful projects that you have all done. So thank you. Of course, our youth are our future, so anything we are doing with Interact, Rotaract, Youth Exchange helps grow Rotary as well, so that our future is in good hands. And when I volunteered, this was my 5th year of volunteering for RILA, and the energy that these kids have, they come back with new ideas. It's just fun listening to them. If you have a chance of volunteering next year for RILA, I really encourage everyone to do so, because it's a life-changing experience for them, but also for us. I mean, it's just wonderful to volunteer. So that way you can increase your membership as well, for the future is bright. As far as starting new clubs, there are another. I know you also have a known club, but there, I don't know if PDG Steve Dakin has come with Dave Cook, spoken about membership. So they have started satellite clubs, passport clubs, veteran clubs in other parts. So you can grow Rotary with your membership if anyone is passionate about some particular topic even. In India, they've started a new club called Progressive Thinkers. You name it and you can start a club, whatever your passion or your interest is. So you can grow, maybe the timing suits for educators, it's an evening club that works best for them. So you can invite their spouses to join the club. Nevada, Boone, there are many clubs that are planning to start a satellite club, which is a part of the noon club or the morning club. So various opportunities to grow that route. And engagement, once again, if you engage your members in different sustainable projects and community events or Rotary Days of Service and have them engaged, I can see everyone in your club is engaged, and so continue that great work that you're doing here. Adaptability and flexibility, this pandemic year has taught us a lot. And I think you have moved from different venues. This is another beautiful venue. We are adjusting to new norms every few months, that we might even have forgotten the original change that we first had to adjust to. But once again, we have hybrid meetings, virtual Zoom meetings and different ways of being innovative and creative and thinking outside the box of how we can adjust during this challenging year, which hopefully we are coming out of it soon. District 6000 goals based on the same 4 pillars. Foundation giving is have put it to 470,000 for this year. Polio giving would be about 80,000. 20% of our DDF, if anything remains, we normally give it to Polio Plus, and this year's giving will be about $32,508. So, and the rest, I think I've spoken about them. But as we are doing global grants, I know you have an international committee. So please think about doing global grants. We don't have to give thousands of dollars because now many of the districts around the world are partnering with other districts. So they just need a little help, whether it's $100 or $500 or $1,000, help meet the need of that particular country. So anything that you could do, I've got about 6-7 requests for starting from human milk bank to dialysis. And there's a Rotarian from Liberia, he's asking for $10 for buying new shoes for children going to school. And so anything that we could help them with, please do so. And of course, I've do more and grow more, sustainable projects. That way we can once again make a difference in our world. And the rest I've already spoken about, so I won't repeat, but on the same lines what I have mentioned earlier. Yes, and this year our theme is Serve to Change Lives. I know it's a challenging year for many clubs, so I've left it for every club to do something with an acronym that I've expanded to We Help Serve to Change Lives. Now we help anything in water and sanitation. You don't have to do all, but these are all based on the 7 areas of focus. Water and sanitation, or education, or on the environment, health. There have been a lot of mental issues that people have undergone during this challenging years. There are fellowships at the RI website. One is on mental health. They bring out a newsletter called Mind Over Matters. It's very informative, it's free. So I encourage, if anyone is interested, it's just a quite toolkit kind of thing to help everyone who are needing it. And of course, promoting literacy. This month is devoted to promoting literacy month. So anything we can do to help that initiative, we'll love to do that. And I just signed a book that will be donated to the library, I think. Yeah, that's wonderful. And last one is peace and conflict resolution. So when we talk about peace, peace can mean different things to different people. For a mother who is wanting to give 2 square meals to a child, that will bring peace to her. A war-fighting zone, no war, brings peace to that nation. But peace, I think, begins within one's own self. And let's promote that idea of positive peace. And we have our ambassador scholars who are going around from our Rotary District 6000 doing remarkable work, and they are our peace ambassadors. And kudos to them for their work. But today I would have loved to have passed it around, but I will request President Catherine to come up, please. At our Rotary District conference, we are going to show this on the big screen. This is the year of the Olympics, and I thought we would do a message of positive peace and spread that. I normally pass it around to every member, and I know some may not be comfortable doing that right now, but Kiran will be taking up pictures. two things that I'd like to share with you. Today, prevention of human trafficking is very much a global issue, but it's also an Iowa issue. We see whether it's on the highway, I-80, or on our day-to-day lives, we hear so many stories. I heard about the Iowa fair. There were some incidents there. Ottumwa, they were as recent as August 27th, there were some cases there. It's modern day slavery, trapping our children in this way of not able to lead a normal life. It is dangerous, it is complex. I've talked to survivors, I've done some training. But we cannot accept human trafficking in today's world. Anything that we can do to prevent and create the awareness and prevent this from our world, from happening in our cities, towns, world, let's do it. The other day there was a child who was bicycling in his neighborhood, and there was this guy who took him into his car. The neighbor saw him and did not just call 911. He hopped into his car and noted down the license plate and immediately called the police. They were able to save the child. Delta Airlines have their staff trained to recognize if this is happening on even when you're traveling. There was a kid who was on the plane and he wrote on a piece of napkin, "The person sitting next to me is not my uncle." Before the plane landed, they were able to stop and say that the police were there. So just to be aware of this, I have a sticker that you can call an 800 number. Don't get yourselves directly involved because these perpetrators are very, very dangerous. One of the signs that I would like to share with you is if you see the thumb like this and the hand, the fist in this manner, that means that person is asking for your help. So this is the sign for prevention of human trafficking. And I have some stickers. If anyone would like to take it, please do. So anything advocacy, we are doing hotel, motel, massage parlors, businesses, we are doing training, and if Rotarians would like to be involved in this training to teach the staff at the hotel, motels, it's going to be, and the Iowa State is going to pass a bill, I think they've already passed, for businesses to do a half-an-hour training during lunch hour. So to just be aware of this is happening, how they can prevent this. So that is one last thing. And next year, now for the fun part, is next year we're going to have our Rotary District Conference at Iowa City at now it's known as the Marriott Hotel, but it's going to change hands and it's going to be the Hyatt. And for the first time in 75 years, we're going to have a multi-district conference with 59, 70, and 6,000. And we do a lot of projects together, RILA, global projects. So why not we celebrate together? I've left some cards, and if you need more, please let me know. So we'd love to have you come join us and celebrate with us. First evening, we are going to be off-site and going to go to a brewery of some networking and fellowship and fun. And next year, of course, we're going to have some keynote speakers. And Vernette Knapp is going to be our program chair. If anyone would like to help with the planning, we have a team already in place. But we'd love to have you all join us and make it a huge success. So do come. Thank you. Keep up the perseverance, positive spirit, and peace, positive peace message. And thank you for having me. Thank you for all that you are doing. And if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer. And the t-shirts, I love that idea. That you would like me to carry that forward. I'll definitely, but I think it'll have to be a District 6000 t-shirt with the same design, and we can definitely incorporate that. And the design is beautiful.
All right.
I'll do a little selfie with all of you in the picture, please. Normally, you're a big group, so please come, Catherine. I'll have to do multiple, I think. Thank you.
Thank you so much, District Governor Alka and Kieran, for your service as well. And thank you for spending time with our club today, for sharing your passion for Rotary, and thank you for all you do for Rotary and the district. We are deeply grateful to both of you. As Alka mentioned, we are donating the book Who Was Ruth Bader Ginsburg to the Downtown School Library in her honor, and that aligns with one of Rotary's goals to increase and enhance literacy. Upcoming meetings, September 9th, we have Terry Rich, former CEO of the Iowa Lottery. He's going to talk about the $80 billion gamble. And then on September 23rd, we have Debbie Durham, Iowa Economic Development Authority and Finance Authority Director. Note that we will not be meeting at this location that day. We'll be meeting at the River Center as the Embassy Club can't host us here that week, and lots more details about that change in venue for just that 1 week will come. So thank you all for being with us today. Thank you for being part of Rotary. Thank you for being part of Rotary Club of Des Moines. I wish you all a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. We are adjourned.